Check, check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday. I wasn't planning on releasing a video today because I'm doing a live stream, the Prog Night with Tom Bukovac tonight. But I get an email from one of my moderators and subs and subscribers over on GuitarGate. By the way, so the mods kind of like have like their own fan group themselves. So every time we get together and do live track reactions, the mods get a pick. The mods usually win. Usually the winners become mods because of their picks. So I tend to defer to them quite frequently because they have great ideas and they also know that I don't totally know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. So I get a message from Vandy, right? And he goes, "Hey man, I watched the show with Uncle Larry last night to prep for the show tonight. Is it too late to do a react to Keith Urban's Stupid Boy?" And I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Tiny windows. But if you didn't know, Uncle Larry is Tom Bukovac, and his wife, Sarah Buxton, co-wrote Stupid Boy, made famous by Keith Urban. Now, I've long been a Keith Urban fan of his singing and his playing. If you didn't know, he is a real deal, straight ahead bitchin' guitar player, right? He is definitely one of those dudes that could make a living, like a great living, just being a singer and a performer. But he absolutely touts himself as a guitar player, plugs in on stage, improvises every night. The dude is a real deal guitar player. It is not up for debate. So I said, you know what? Life's a game of tiny windows and challenges. Vandy, I accept your challenge. I got this pulled up. He sent me an acoustic version, but I wanted to do a live version that focused on him on the electric so we could get a little lead. Vandy, please forgive me. Here we go. Ice cold, guys. By the way, if you're watching this in the future, the link to the stream tonight with Tom Bukovac will be below. Hopefully.
She was precious like a flower. She grew wild, innocent. A perfect prayer in a desperate hour. She was everything beautiful and different. Secret boy. You can't fence that in, Super Bowl. 'Cause it's like holding back the well. She laid her heart so right in your hands, and you stole her every dream, you crushed her plans. She never even knew she had a choice, and that's what happens when the only voice she hears is telling her she can. Stupid boy.
All right, so basically, what great tone, what great singing, great band. I mean, I love simple songs like this. So basically, you're in B-flat Mixolydian, if you will. I know, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's B-flat, A-flat, E-flat. And so these are three major chords. If you remember, your major chords are at your 1, 4, and 5. So anytime you have two major chords, one whole step apart, they're going to be 4 and 5. So if we have a B-flat and we have an A-flat, this would be 5, thus mixo, 4, and 1. So all of your notes in key are coming from E-flat major, right? Now it does have a 6 in there at one point, so that's going to be your C minor. But that's it. The focus of this tune, the resolving point, is not E flat major, it is B flat major. So it's a tune about the 5 chord, about mixo. Here we go. Yeah. That's so cool. So he's coming in, he's shooting for the B flat. That's your tonic center. But he's bending from the flat 7, right? Again, we're in mixo, in key. And then goes straight down. Why was I doing major 7th here? Maybe just because I wanted him to do that.
Stupid boy is telling her she can. Stupid boy.
Yeah, it's going straight down in key. But listen how smooth that bend is. He doesn't get there right away. It makes mine look pretty soft, doesn't it? Going back up to the 6. I love those little tags.
What made you think
Here comes the snare.
take a life? Just push it around.
Yeah.
Used to be yourself so high. You had to take her.
Yeah. What do you do there? Yeah. So many cool things. Maybe he's doing that. The root in the 3rd to the 5th and the root of the B flat. Killer.
Break her down. She laid her heart so right in your hands, and you stole every dream and you crushed her plan. She never even knew she had a choice. That's what happens when the only voice she hears is telling her she can. So oh, you always had to be right, but now you lost the only thing that ever made you feel alive.
So 165. Right away. Before we get into this, I'm gonna let the solo play and come back. This is what I love about country music. How everything is just stacked and perfectly arranged. It starts with just the acoustic guitar, then he comes in with the vocals, and then you get some of the little background arrangements. Then the bass comes in. Then the whole drums come in. Then the harmonies start. Then you get the lead, right? It's just bam, 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 bam. And it's just simple and perfect and on purpose. All right, here we go. Let's listen to him rip one. Great band.
She laid her heart so right in your hand, and you stole every dream and you crushed her plan. She never even knew she had a choice. That's what happens when the only voice she hears is telling her she can. You stupid boy.
Again, so we're taking a lead. Again, layer, layer, layer. And then instead of bringing it back down, sings another verse and chorus. I think that's what he did. While taking the lead with it, just as embellishment, like super tasteful, just big searing lines. Not licks, searing lines while singing in key. It was awesome. Like I said, I've been a huge fan for a while.
Same old stupid boy.
Yeah. Yeah. But doing it with the volume now, that's 6 to 5. Right?
Took a while for her to figure out she could run. When she
See, now we're stripped down again.
did, she was long gone, long gone.
Let him wait for it. It's the beginning again. Well, I just got to say this. Big props to the band. It is very, very hard to do what you're seeing them make look effortless because it's simple, and that's to keep the slow tempo perfect, right? You have that big break and have the acoustic guitar come in with a seemingly I don't recognize any difference in tempo from when they started the song to this part after that big break, and just have everybody in the band, I assume they're going to come build out of this and have it be slow and sensitive but perfect. Country players, they do this so well. Simple chords, but just perfect delivery, right? Simple arrangement, simple melody, simple story that everyone understands, right? It's a stupid boy didn't realize it was right across the street, you know? And he's gonna step out. He loves that. Nothing like wireless. Wait. That was cool. Going up to push into that flat 7. One of my favorite moves ever. Bending from the major 6 to the flat 7. It's got a slide in there too. His tone is great. I love those. Johnny, this guy's a serious guitar player. What's so great about it is that it's such a commitment to the song and the melody and simple motifs that get stuck in your head. Everybody in the audience knows. I mean, it's just got that singing. Every line is a singing line, and then he starts to burn a little bit, and he's doing it in a way that doesn't immediately like go into outer space guitar land. It's still a very hooky little thing. He's going like. You got to see what he's doing here, but it's something in that neighborhood. He's moving it around. Yeah, I mean, so it's basically, you got this form here where you got a B flat as your F, your fifth of your B flats. You're still in that mixo thing. But he's kind of pedaling off that G there, which is interesting. He's really favoring this major sixth sound throughout this whole solo. You heard him do it, right? All those lines keep going back to the major sixth. So that's what I mean, like, when you hear him go up to the... You hear him focusing on the same kind of target notes that the melody hits, that those motifs that he's created throughout. So even though he's going into burning guitar land, the listener who's not a player is still right there in the palm of his hand. The ear hasn't been... You haven't asked too much of the ear. This really important for players like him, like a Brad Paisley, like Van Halen back in the day, where they were in this pop lane, like Mayer, like in this pop lane, get out of here. But they still were playing music, like they were real deal musician guitar players, like wanting to show their stuff and improvising, and like that's why they do what they do. But at the same time, playing to non-musicians. It's very rare to see people at this really, really high level that are, I just keep saying it over and over again, just stone cold guitar players, like primarily, but they found a way to make their voice translate into quote unquote pop. Just think of Van Halen, right? That was poppy, right? It was huge. So many non-musicians loved it. You looked out in the audience, it was half guys, half girls, young, old. A broad appeal, but with huge guitar solos. Brad Paisley, Keith Urban, John Mayer. And that's why. You're connecting all the dots. You're not asking too much of the listener's ear. You're maintaining that balance between the song and then throwing a couple shots across the bow. Like he's singing doing it. God, that guitar sounds... Yeah, that just a little filth at the end, just to remind everybody, like, hey, I'm still a dude up here with my P90 and my Marshall stack, and I don't care what you think. I love that. That made it right there. What a band. Dude, what a band, too. I know we got into this talking about the song, right, that Sarah Buxton co-wrote, Stupid Boy. And of course, we can all relate to the subject matter. We've all been, in the friend zone, you know what I mean? We've all not seen what's right in front of us. A lot of the times, the people that, care the most about us get the least attention. For a whole variety of reasons. Sometimes you don't make it clear. Sometimes the other person doesn't want to see it. That's a whole story in itself. Great song. So, the band. The band is so good. I love watching stadium country because country music in general is not music for other musicians. So think jazz, or even like tonight we're doing a prog night with Bukovac. These are genres for other musicians to kind of nerd out on. I know I'm painting with a really broad brush, but it's true. And country, arguably the biggest genre, certainly in the U.S., I would think. you know, is simple in its structure. Simple melodies, simple progressions, so simple harmony, simple rhythm, simple melody, simple concepts, right? Use of simple language that anybody can understand, but done at an extremely high level. The layering, the commitment to that major sixth in the melody, in his lead lines, when he goes to take a guitar solo, the way that he keeps upping the ante, and acoustic guitar. Then you add a little hi-hat, some ornamentation. Then the bass comes in. Then the drums come in with the snare. And the drums never do anything crazy. There's never anything flashy. Then the guitar solo, or then the harmonies. Then the guitar solo. Then he sings with the harmonies. Then drop out dead crowd silence. And then you do it all over again, but double time. The guitar player comes back in, perfect time. He comes back. They all add it up. Another lead line, but this time you cap it off with that. But it's all a commitment to that major sixth, in B flat. So while it's B flat mixo, it's really the hook that gets stuck in people's head. That note. If you're just like, oh, what is it? It's the sixth, and it's simple things like that you hear in the vocal lines, in the harmonies, in the lead lines, when it's actually taking guitar solos, in the ornamentation, a commitment to what makes the song what it is in its simplest form, and just making it perfect and huge to a sea of people. That's the stuff that really gets me going, and that's why I've always been a huge fan of his. So, Keith, if you're watching, you're the man. You're the man. I'd love to come see you in concert if you ever come to the U.S., if touring ever happens again. I'd love to pick your brain on guitar playing and country music and just viewpoints of music in general. Sarah, great tune. I'm excited to talk to your husband Tom tonight and do a little prog thing. And Vandy, thanks for forcing me to do something randomly and uncomfortable and just taking this little tiny window. I know you can hear the kids upstairs, but we're doing it anyway. And lastly, thank you to all you all that are watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, dropping links in the comments to kind of take us on this path of where you think we should go next. We only do live tracks, and all genres are accepted. Feel free to swing for the fences. It's totally a competition. And lastly, if you'd like to support this channel, obviously none of these videos make money because they're all demonetized, and you like the way I play, you like the way I teach, you're looking for an online teacher, or just some extra motivation, you want to join a community of people that are music lovers that want to pick this thing up every day and get better, I hope you click the first link in the description and join me and many others like Vandy over at guitargate.com. That's it. Thanks so much. Cheers. And I will see you tonight for Prog Night with Bukovac. Vandy. Whew. Wonder how much of that I got right.